Hi guys, it's Grace with Grace Gets Gastric, and I'm here for my 1 year, 6 month, or 18-month post-op VSG update. So I'm filming this a little bit late, but my 18-month surgery was on July 2nd. So I will go ahead and start off with stats as of that date. So again, my name is Grace. I am 5'8", 28 years old, and on January 2nd, 2018, I had the Vertical Sleeve Gastrectomy, or VSG, weight loss surgery. My highest weight ever recorded was 354 pounds in May of 2017, and I was required by my insurance to do a 6-month medically supervised weight loss diet, and over the course of that 6 months, I lost 35 pounds, so my starting weight day of surgery was 319 pounds. 2 months ago, in May, I came at you with a weight of 190.1, and on my 18-month surgery, I weighed in at 188.7. So that is a loss over the past 2 months of 1.4 pounds, a loss in surgery of 130.3 pounds, and a loss since my highest weight of 165.3 pounds. So 2 months, 1.4 pounds, not the biggest loss we've ever seen in the world, but not bad. Weight loss slows down. You know, like, that is just the simple fact of things. It is what I fully expected. Now for VSG, what you'll commonly hear is that you should expect to lose most of your weight in the first 1 to 2 years. Sometimes you'll hear 12 to 18 months. That does not mean you cannot continue to lose weight after that time, but that is when you will lose the majority of your weight, and in particular the first year. But for VSG, it is actually generally considered a longer weight loss period than like the RNY or the DS, for example, and just in terms of it's a little bit slower. But for any weight loss surgery, you can continue to lose weight after that honeymoon period, whatever you want to call it, is over. So my weight is pretty stable. If you guys are watching my weekly videos, you'll know that there's been a lot of fluctuation, but I kind of have been staying really between 187 to 192, which is a 5-pound range, which is pretty common in maintenance. So it sort of feels a little bit like I have stumbled upon maintenance without really paying attention. I'm not exactly where I wanted to be at my 18 months. I wanted to be at goal. And at the time, I had my goal at 164 just to have a number, because I wanted to have a number to shoot for, and that is the highest weight for my height to be considered a normal BMI. I am at this weight technically considered overweight, though I am no longer obese. From the beginning, when I said 164, I felt like that was probably lower than I wanted to go. I said that in my goals video. It felt a little low. And I was going to reevaluate as I got closer, and I think for sure 164 is just lower than I think I want to be. Lower than feels realistic for my body type. I also do, I mention this a lot, and I always feel kind of like it's a cop-out, but it's not. I have a broader frame. I have size 9 shoe. I have fairly broad shoulders. I am 5'8", but like I'm a 5'8" with a broad frame and not like a slender 5'8". So 164 on me, I don't know that that's realistic. I also think that I do have to take into consideration the fact that I do have a significant amount of loose skin. Now, I've seen worse for sure, but it is particularly on my stomach, definitely there. And it's all over my body is the thing. And so I can get rid of some of it, but I'm not going to be able to get rid of the fact that like I have all of this right here, like, and that's everywhere. Even like my face, here, like when I lie down, like you can see like my shoulders do these things, like I shouldn't be able to do that. So, I mean, there's loose skin everywhere. And while I am not going to I am planning to get plastics hopefully within the next 6 months. I am not planning to lose weight with plastics. I'm not using it as a weight loss tool. But I do expect that I will have a decent amount of skin removed depending on what plastics I end up getting. I'd say I have at least 10 pounds of skin. But that doesn't necessarily mean that all of that skin will be removed. I might have more. I try to underestimate as opposed to overestimating. But, you know, I do still have some skin to consider. But like I was saying, I wanted to be at goal, and though I don't know, you know, I kind of am, is the thing. So it's not the goal that I thought it would be, which was 164, which I always knew was sort of just a number to shoot for. And then I sort of readjusted that to 177, which was literally just because I wanted to be able to say I've lost half of my body weight, and because 177 is about 15 pounds lower than my pretty comfortable weight, which is where I'm at right now. And so that would give me a little bit of regain buffer. So it's literally, you know, I was just picking that number because it gives me a buffer and so I can say something cool. But I'm really very comfortable and happy at my current weight. At my current weight, there is nothing that I want to do that I cannot do. I can fit into normal clothing. I can move my body in all of the ways that I want to. Have got all of my test results are good. My health is good. All of that stuff is exactly what I want. And so there's really no reason to lose weight beyond vanity. And if I'm comfortable where I'm at, and I am not really at this point wanting to have to eat less food, I'd say I'm kind of at maintenance. The thing that I do struggle with, and the thing that does prevent me from doing things, is my skin. And I was just talking about that. At my actual weight, at the number on the scale, I can do everything I want. But there are things that I want to be able to do that my skin does prevent me from doing. Things like squatting. It is difficult to squat as deep as I want to go because my stomach gets in the way. It presses against my thighs and my stomach and my chest. I can't get as deep as I want to. There are moves in yoga and other weightlifting things that it's difficult for me to do because of the loose skin. It's difficult for me to fit into a lot of clothing because of the way the skin hangs. It's either unattractive, in my opinion. I feel self-conscious about it for things that are very conforming or, you know, form-fitting. Or it just, things fit oddly because there's just like this ball of skin that gets in the way. Same thing with like sleeves. Sometimes depending on how long the sleeves are, if they're too tight, they can kind of cut in and then it's like a muffin top, but on your arm, which is not the cutest thing in the world. So I'm at a point where there are things that I would like to be able to do that my skin kind of prevents me from doing. Like I don't know that I'll ever be comfortable wearing a bikini. Time will tell, but I certainly will not be comfortable at that point until I get plastics. Even wearing a swimsuit at all. I cannot find a swimsuit that supports my lack of a bosom. And for all of the swimsuits I can find that are in my size, my relatively small size, I'm like a large, I'd say, in my size, that are not super expensive, don't have underwire, and these need some support. Everything is just too flimsy. And I could find it if I wanted to, you know, drop some coin, but I don't want to spend more than like max $50 on a swimsuit because I'm going to wear it a couple of times maybe this summer, and then hopefully next summer I'll have a new body and it won't fit anymore. So I'm not, you know, I might not even get a swimsuit for this year, which would be annoying, but I'm just not willing to spend the money on something that I'm only going to use a few times, and so far there's like literally nothing that works. And again, I don't have a lot of bras either. People are like, oh, just wear a bra under it. Well, one, I have 3 bras. They were all expensive and I'm not willing to ruin them in the water. I could get a cheap bra, but I've also not found a bathing suit where I could wear a bra under it and it wouldn't look weird. So anyways, yeah, so that's kind of just like where I'm at. 1 year, 6 months. I did think when I got the surgery, my goal, my thought, my hope was that 1 year, 6 months, I would be sliding into maintenance. That would give me about 6 months to prepare for plastics because my plan was to get plastics around 2 years out. And I'd say we're pretty much on schedule. You know, in my mind, I was hoping and thinking that the weight would be a little bit lower when we got to this point. But I don't need that. I'm good where I'm at. And considering where I thought I would be, you know, I'm exactly where I wanted to be. I'm just what, like 20 pounds higher than I thought it would be. But it's weird thinking about losing another 20 pounds. You know, I know intellectually that I could lose another 20 pounds, right? Because 164 is the high range of a normal BMI for my height. And so, yeah, I should be able to lose 20 pounds and be fine. But it's weird thinking about, like, where would it come from? And I do think because I have so much loose skin, it does mystify and just sort of obscure things. I feel like I can't know the truth of my body with this loose skin because I just don't know. I still look lumpy and bigger than I think I am. It's definitely a mind fuck seeing it all there, and it's just really hard to get an accurate idea of what I look like and what my size is and what my shape is and what even my weight is with all of this like hanging skin around. So I knew I was gonna have loose skin. I'd like told myself to prepare for it, but like a lot of these things, I came into this journey, in my opinion, really, really prepared. I did a lot of research. There has been very little that has surprised me in I was completely not expecting that kind of way. But, and I knew this from the get-go as well, I can know intellectually about all this stuff, but I don't know how it's going to hit me until I get there. And so I knew that loose skin was going to be an issue, but I didn't know how much I would really feel it. You know, you kind of tell yourself, it's an issue, it's fine, you've got this. But it does bother me more than I'd hoped it would. I guess that is the crux of the matter. You know, just like I knew that the hair loss was going to be a thing, and it was more disconcerting than I hoped it would be as well. But I knew it was temporary, and so is this loose skin. New bod 2020. Anyways, I'm going to throw up the progress photos on the, I think, left. I'll show you the day before surgery. In the middle, it is going to be May, so 2 months ago, 16 months post-op. And on the far right, I believe, you will see me on my 18 months. 1 year, 6 months, a year and a half. I haven't actually compared them all yet. I've taken them, but I haven't looked at them side by side. It's only a 4-pound difference. Sorry, not a 4-pound. It's a 1.5 pound difference. I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see a difference between May and July, which is kind of maintenance-y. I have been doing the 75 hard, if you guys have been watching those. And I do feel a difference in my body. I feel like I can see a difference, but I don't know if you'll be able to see it. And my measurements, I didn't show you measurements because there were no changes in my measurements. Oops. But to be fair about that, it was a different measurement taker this time. And I was more clothed than I normally am when I take the measurements. So that could have influenced it, but that wouldn't have been a huge, huge difference. Anyways, you see a difference? You didn't? I don't know. But that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at 1 year, 6 months. My plan is to come at you guys again at 21 months. In another 3 months, we will see how that goes, how life goes. But thank you guys, as always, for sticking around, for joining me on this crazy journey. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope your own journeys are progressing nicely. And I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.